Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and Butschern. And you know what? You work hard, you got to play hard. I just wanted to take a quick minute to come downtown. I was looking at some of their ice cream samplings down there. It looks pretty tasty. We really haven't been downtown and really scoped out the downtown area. And I was just looking at it and it's quite quaint. I mean, it'd be a nice little village, I think, to live in. It's just a bunch of postcards, maybe a little place for tourists to come get some souvenirs and whatnot. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, who's this? Oh, I wonder if this is. Yeah, see, I think that's the mayor of Butchern. I haven't heard the best things about her. Hello, mayor. Mayor, how you doing? Well, there you go. Yeah, she's not too interested in us farming folk. Oh well, let's get our hired help fired up and rolling again before we move on to our next task at hand. You got her? You're doing pretty good. Our hired help, I'd say Ooh, look at them rolling. Rolling. It's a rolling start. Not bad. That was kind of fancy. All right, so I kind of wanted to stop back here real quick and show y'all something that I do. And I don't know if I showed you this in previous episodes or not. But I've got this mobile, yeah, I think we have talked about it, this mobile workshop installed. And something I like to do is keep things in good repair. So when I'm done with a particular job, regardless of what it is, cultivating, mowing, seeding, planting, I kind of just come along and I'll repair the implements that I used for that job. I think we did I think we repaired the harvester. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, we didn't. Let's give that harvester a quick repair. And the header is repaired, so that looks good. I don't worry about paint. Paint's ridiculously expensive. This should not need repair unless it was used a little bit. $1. All right. And I think the rest of our equipment, I'm going to go ahead and check our baler. If I forget if we repaired that. We did repair our baler, so that's good. And what about our bale pickup? Yeah, not too bad. $8. Not too bad. So just kind of keeping up on farm repairs so that they don't get out of hand and so on. And I'm curious then on our Massey. Let's get that taken care of. Front weight's good. The tedder is, of course, good. And there we go. So I was giving this some thought about tedding, what we want to do hay and what we should do silage. And I kind of came up with the idea that this field here, it's about 1.5 hectares. Let's do hay on this one. And then on our larger field here, which it looks to me, where did I see that at? There we go, 2.73 hectares for silage is kind of my thinking so far. If we get enough bales of hay out of this field, I am not entirely sure what enough bales is. I'll just know it when I see it, I guess, kind of thing. Such good animations. You know, I've said it before, but I know it may sound a little fanboyish, but I just think Giants does, you know, such a good job with their models and animations and just stuff like that. I mean, yeah, is there room for improvement on certain things? Sure there is, you know. But overall though, they really do. They really do a really nice job. Speaking of, what are things that you would like to see improved in the game. Like, they can be big or small. Like, for me, I still would really like to see more. Oh, see what I did there? I tapped a button. I tapped my disconnect button on my mouse. I would still like to see more differences in ground textures. Like when it rains, I would like to see the ground, like the dirt, look wet, maybe even a little muddy. I still think that that would be, I think that would just add a lot to the game. Like, I'm more interested in kind of immersive type additives to the game. I'd like to see, I think lime is overdone. Like, to me, when you put down lime, like if you look at farmers who put down lime on their fields, at least around here, it doesn't look like a field of snow. I feel like the lime is a bit much. Little stuff like that. That kind of, kind of gets me a little bit. But I would like to see a little bit more. I'd like to see liquid fertilizer make the ground look a little damp as opposed to solid fertilizer. I would be happy with just some texture things like that. And I sometimes think, like, and maybe this is kind of the PC tech IT person in me, but I sometimes think that maybe some of that stuff, and I guess it could be something that could be enabled or disabled, but I think some of that stuff is not done occasionally because of the hardware requirements that would be added to the game to be able to play with things like that, like to make those look good. Like, you would need a decent graphics card, and I'm wondering if Giants, kind of thinks about that when they're looking at making or doing things like that. Is, hey, what impact is this going to have on our players? Like, are they going to be able to run the game 60 FPS with it still looking good and have all this additional fancy looking texture stuff? And I think, well, maybe that is part of it. I guess it could be enabled or disabled. I don't know how easily stuff like that can be enabled and disabled. Sometimes I just, honestly, I don't know enough to be able to to really know if what I'm asking for is ridiculous or not. But I don't think it hurts to think about things that you would like to see in the game and things that you would like to see made better or different in the game. I'm looking forward to the Platinum DLC because I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but rumor has it that the physics for logging is going to be improved, which I think would be really interesting if that's the case. That would certainly make me want to consider doing more logging. Be nice to see maybe, some palette, see the physics for the pallets be a little bit better as well. I don't know. I don't really wish too much. Like, there's not any brands that I can think of necessarily that I really wish were in the game that I'm just like holding out hope for. I feel like really the majority of the major brands they have locked in, and I'm not really looking for any particular brand to show up. I'd like to see more from the brands that they have. I think some of that would be nice. I think having a big selection of equipment and vehicles is always going to make people happy. I think anytime you add more tractors and trucks and all the implements and stuff, I think that is a general, thing that most people really appreciate from Giants when that happens. So I can, I can always hope. We can always hope for more stuff like that. Um, I think they've done a good job with adding some good sounds to the game. I think it would be nice to, again, I some of this stuff I feel like is a little bit restricted because of the brands that they work with. I think we talked about this before, where you're not going to see new John Deere tractors blowing coal um, and all that stuff. It's just not going to happen because John Deere isn't going to let their new tractors be represented that way. They're just not. They want their equipment to be represented, in an environmentally friendly way and all that nonsense. And it's just one of those things where, that's why we look to modders to give us, straight pipes and big sound and black smoke rolling out of these things. So, yeah, there's that. So, I think there's room for improvement on the seasons, for sure. One thing that I think bothers me the most about seasons is the crop calendar. I really wish that the crop calendar was a little bit more accurate for the location of where the map is at. That's one thing. I wish that the crop calendar, and I don't even know if this is possible, but I think it would be really neat to be able to make the crop calendar, I don't know what word I'm looking for, editable or changeable by the player. So let's say I want to be able to do winter wheat. I would like to be able to make it so that the crop calendar supports winter wheat. Stuff like that. And I don't know if that's something that is even possible to do. I've been waiting for somebody to come out with a mod that allows for crop calendar customization. But then I started kind of looking into that a little bit more, and I don't think that's going to happen because it's kind of my understanding that the crop calendar is kind of more integrated into the map, and it would take a little bit more than a mod to be able to do something like that. Map authors can adjust crop calendars, when they're doing their map editing, but I think once that's set, I don't think you can I don't think the game supports, allowing that to be changed, but I think that would be really cool. I don't think we're ever going to see snow. Well, I shouldn't say ever, but it would be nice to see snow be snow instead of snow behaving like grass or hay. I think they've gotten a little better with it, but you can still tell that snow is just kind of follows the same physical rules as does grass and hay in the game a little bit. So I'd kind of like to see that improved, even though I don't know how much I would do with it. I think it would look cooler and again just be a little bit, add some immersion to the game. I think they've done a really, really nice job with lighting and textures as far as, um, the tractors go. The skybox looks really, pretty decent in my opinion. So I think there's a lot of really good things, and it's getting harder and harder. And I guess this is good, right? I mean, this is showing that it's heading in the right direction. Is that it's getting harder and harder to find things that you want improved, in a big way. It's starting to get a little bit more like, well, this smaller thing would be really nice to make better, and this thing would be really nice. But because I remember back in 15, it was, the list was a little bit longer, needless to say. But let's get our tedder put away for now. I think we're gonna stick with just tedding that field. And I think what we'll have to do then is grab our windrow, or our rake, I guess some people say, and do some swathing. But before we do that, I should probably take a quick peek at what's going on here. Look at you. Where are you going? All the way back there to get that? All right, I'll let you do that. I probably should have checked on our friend here a little earlier, but that's all right. Make sure canola is still selected. Where's my canola? Do I need to do this? Yes, I do. All right, perfect. I'm just going to clean this little thing up here. Am I down or up? I keep hitting the wrong button, I feel like. We'll do a little planting. Why not? Why not? Haven't done any planting on this, or seeding on this on Butschern yet, so yeah. We don't mind doing a little bit of that. And what DLCs are you looking forward to? Not so much. I know we know we're getting the Vermeer. We know the Platinum pack, or the Platinum pack's coming up. I wonder what else though. Let me get to the point where I can lift. There we go. I wonder what else is in store. If they're going to be doing, what kind of, are they going to be doing a large equipment? Are they going to be doing, I think that's kind of one of the more fun things, at least for me, that I kind of look forward to is seeing what's around the corner, I know with the Volvo, with Volvo being introduced into the game, I honestly wasn't expecting much outside of forestry equipment, just based on the video that we saw when it was announced and stuff. But been kind of pleasantly surprised to see. I really like that old school Volvo semi. that they've shown a few times on the Pacific Northwest map. I love that. I love those old school, um, the old school cab overs, and I think that Volvo truck looks pretty sweet. Um, I think they recently showed too a Volvo tractor that's going to be released as well. I thought that looked pretty neat. I'll be curious to see what other Volvo equipment comes out in the future too, or if are we going, is what we see all we're going to get in this version of the game? Are we going to have to wait till 25 to get more Volvo stuff? How you doing, buddy? I'll come back and clean you up. So I'm curious to see what else Volvo can bring in. And I think to be realistic, I don't think it is going to be a whole lot more as far as, because I don't think they have anything, I don't think they manufacture any, at least current day, any tractors for farming. I know they're still heavily into semis or lorries. I know that they still do heavy haul equipment, mining equipment. But I don't know if what else they offer that would be an add to Farm Sim. I don't know. I'm also kind of curious to see if Giants ever makes a leap into the mining part of it. Like, I kind of wonder if we're going to see them getting their feet wet with some mining and more terraforming. And I know that there's that Terrafarm map mod that's out. I don't know how popular that is overall, so I'm sure Giants pays a lot of attention to that. Do you think Giants would do? I mean, do you think Giants will do something like that? I mean, maybe it was the same thought with logging. Maybe, a lot of people thought, why would Giants get into logging? They did, Like logging, I don't know, unless it's different in other parts of the world. In the States, I think it's pretty safe to say that, most farmers aren't loggers. They may cut a tree down occasionally, and maybe they'll cut several trees down in one shot to open up a field. But I don't think, I certainly don't believe certainly not the majority of farmers are, doing any kind of, logging, so to speak, but they added it to the game anyways. So maybe we will see some mining. I'm wondering if we'll ever see, I have my doubts on this one. Somebody brought this up one time in the forum. Maybe it was on a Discord channel I was on, but they were talking about hunting and adding some form of hunting to the game. And I honestly don't think that's ever going to happen. I think, to be fair, though, at least in America, farmers are a lot more apt to have a gun and shoot deer than they are to pick up a a backhoe or an excavator and mine for gold. So hunting to me would almost blend in with the game better than logging even. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure that's, I don't know. My gut tells me that if that's been brought up and the idea of, being able to buy rifles in the in the store, I'm feeling like somebody probably was uncomfortable with that. I mean, personally, I'm not. I think it'd be fantastic, and I don't expect it to be like, Hunter Call the Wild, where you're out tracking moose and stuff, but nothing like that. But being able to, knock down the population of deer that are eating your crops, that's as legit, at least where I live. That's as legit as using pesticides or something. So I need to get my button box working and plugged in. I just realized how much easier, and I don't know why I haven't had it plugged in here for the past few episodes, but it makes life that much easier to be able to raise and lower equipment. Anyways, I guess we got our tedding in, and we're gonna get our planting done. I'm looking at the time, and not so much this game time, but at our in-game time, and I'm beginning to wonder if we need to think about doing 2-day seasons. It's 4 o'clock. I generally play, I don't like playing at night, just the visibility and stuff, and I don't think it makes as good a recording, especially. But even just for my own preference, I'm not a big fan of playing in the dark. I mean, we still have a good 3 hours of game time, I would say. But we still have quite a lot of work to do. My biggest concern is getting the fields ready and planted. Out of anything. We can still do grass. I mean, grass can wait. But field prep and seeding cannot. So, and isn't precision farming nice when it uses so little seed? I love that. That's one thing I really do like about precision farming, is just the variable seed rate, how much money you save. Boy, it's been a while since I've used a 3-meter seeder. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I mean, I like the way they look. I think they're kind of cool looking, honestly. It's amazing how long it takes, though, to knock out a field of any decent size with one of these little jobbers. But that's what we're about to do here. So our first field planted. Excellente. I don't... Is this a missed spot right there? Because that's kind of going to bug me. Yeah, it was. Okay. Awesome. All right. Cool beans. We are done and dusted on this field. We will need to fertilize next, which we will definitely do. I don't know that I've got... Oh, you know what? Look what I almost missed. This entire headland. Well, let's just fix that right now. Boy, this... I think I've mentioned it before, but this old JD does not like to turn on a dime, that's for sure. Call this the old hired helper checkerboard pattern. I have no idea why they need to do that. I mean, it's not like the space is any different one way or the other, but oh well. I didn't give them any headlands to work with or anything, so I pretty much expected there to be some, you know, some cleanup. All right, let's park you there. Let's take a quick look at this. I think we're about running out of time on this episode, but we'll go over a little bit. I just want to kind of put us in a good spot where we've got things done. You are... all right. I guess it didn't matter too much, but that's the way you should be. Yeah, it'd be nice to just get this done, knowing that these fields are at a good stopping point. Get that taken care of. Let's take a quick little peek around. If they missed anything, it's probably going to be, you know, edges, corners, stuff like that. But this is actually looking pretty darn good. Oh, right there. Was this a this was a Teresa job, right? This wasn't Tommy Lee. I'm pretty sure Teresa did this field for us. She did a bang up job, didn't she? Oh yeah, here we go. We got a little cleanup here we can do. We'll knock this out real quick as well. I am riding over that a little bit. We should move over. There we go. Be happy with that. I'm not super nitpicky about this stuff, but just cleaning this up for the minute or so that it takes, I'm okay with that. Outstanding. So I think we're in pretty good shape. This field is going to need some lime next, and cultivating after that, and planting. And where are we at with field number 1? I might as well, let's see here. We might as well take our plow over here. I probably should have folded this plow up a little bit. Yeah, you need to be turned, don't you? Oh, not lowered, Brad. Turn, there you go. There you go. Let me get this thing turned and folded, because I have a feeling I'm going to be hitting every sign and tree along the way if I don't. There we go. So let's get our plow over here and drop it off, because we know we're going to need it over here. Boy, it'd be nice to have 4 tractors right now, wouldn't it? Perfecto. All right, so we are going to... Oh, that's right. You cannot be dropped like that. Outstanding. All right, well, I'm driving back. Let's chat a little bit about what's coming up then Monday, because this will be Friday's episode. So Monday we'll probably be looking at fertilizing. Fertilizing field 10, since we just got it planted. Field 6, we are going to want to lime and cultivate. And I'm thinking in field 1, we got to get plowing on. So, whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. And there's our cultivator waiting for us too. Outstanding. Good job, Massey. Let's check out your repair bills here for the day. Oh, that's a pretty decent chunk of change right there. Mm-hmm. How's our cultivator repairs? Oh, that's not too bad. I bet our John Deere needs some repairs though. Let's check her out. Yeah, not too bad. And our cedar, that part there. Excellent. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for putting up with me and for joining me on another episode of Butschern here. Looking forward to keeping this map moving on. I think we're making some decent progress now. It's starting to feel a little bit better about how things are coming along. But yeah, we'll start bringing in some money soon enough. But again, thanks for joining me. You all take care of yourselves. God bless, and I will see you guys Monday. Thanks. Bye-bye.